All right. So this morning we have at least one new person. So let me go through some of the basics. In our form of Tai Chi, there's just three things you are responsible for. One is breathing. You tend to breathe from down here, so it's like really expand. Sometimes hold it, like put your tongue behind the front teeth, and then exhale. The whole thing is to get more breath in, and then let it go. All the joints, everything is completely relaxed. Everything. Number two is just move. Move along the way I go, or a different way. If I'm this way and you're that way, it's fine. Doesn't matter. The world does not come to a screeching halt. And smile. Smiling says that I'm feeling good. My mind is just relaxed. Not going through any of those should list, could list, would list. Nothing going on in my mind except just listening to the music and following along. Those are your responsibilities. You're like the instruments in an orchestra, and I get to play conductor. Lucky me.
That's what the longest living work things conductor.
Is it? Long-lived or conductors?
Yeah. They have long livers.
Long livers. Long livers.
They live a long life.
I watched the Kennedy Center honors last night. That was, oh yeah, okay. Garth Brooks was, when they honored him, he stood up, he cried through almost every single song. It was really nice. Yeah, Gladys Knight did a fabulous job. Everyone did. Oh. And the dancers, oh my Lord. And the water reminded me, of us. That's what I thought. When they were sweeping down.
Oh, that was so just.
Wasn't it like, that's us? Okay. So we're going to start with our feet relatively close together. Everything's relaxed. And so it's just like a giant puppeteer takes my index fingers and just pulls them up in the air. They will give an inhale and just let arms float down. We do our shoulders stay completely loose. This time as we inhale, the fingers are going to come together right in front of my heart. Go flat down if they float to the ground. Inhale up again, expanding, float to the nose. We hug the tree, and we sink our energy. Chi is what we call our energy. All the breath, all the spirit activity going on, sink it down throughout our body. I'm going to take a little step out, either foot, it doesn't matter. My hands are just going to float up in front of my heart, and then nice slow dance. As we exhale down, just let your hips sink down a little. Your legs relaxed. One more, we're just going to expand up. Breath expands us, we just puddle down as we exhale. Fingers going to come back around in front. Sink back down again. I forgot to say, this is opening the door. We're just opening the door. First, second week, first full week, June week. I'm still getting confused by the dates. I'm thinking this should be the second week, second month, Monday of June, but it's not. So right here, my hands are going right here, the elbows get heavy and they just sink in closer to my heart. I'll step out over one toe and just give a little push. Inhale back, just float over. Not a big push. It's really just my hips move over. Fingers just are lifted up, and then they're pulled a little bit forward. We exhale as we go away. Inhale as we come in. Sway back to the other side. And back over this toe. Now we're going to inhale. Ah. Forgot to mention, if you have any concerns in your shoulders, then you can keep the hands a lot lower. They don't have to be up high. Just do it down here. If you just kind of let your elbows go out a little bit when you do it like this, that will keep the shoulder blades rotated more to the front. That's kind of their natural resting place. But if yours doesn't want to do it that way, let it do it however it wants to do it. It's going to sway from one side to the other. I was working with a gentleman last week, and he lives on a farm. And I said something about, let's just imagine there are twin calves out there. And one of the twins, they think they're your pal. One of them pushes your hip this side, and then the other one just gives it a push back. So just imagine your hips are being gently pushed by those little calves. Just going to give you a little headbutt nozzle. Hands just float back and forth. All right, here's over here. Just let my foot do a heel tap. Put it back down. Do that over here. You have trouble right here. Inhale. And then set it down. It's a lot easier to do things where only one foot's on the ground. Just inhale when you move it. So, inhale. Tap. Inhale. Tap. There we go. Now we're going to add to it. So right here we're going to add over the tapped foot, this arm goes out. That's almost like it's lined up with the toe. Back over here on this side. Do that a couple times each side. Right here, the other hand's going to come under my elbow. Do that on the other side. We are playing the peepaw. Peepaw is like a long-necked guitar. Banjo. It sits upright. So right here, I'm holding the chords and I'm strumming down here. Just make a little bluegrass sounding music. Right here, my arms are going to float back around. I'm going to embrace the moon. Let's practice that for a bit. Open up, fingers going to the corners. I'm opening my heart. They float back in. One hand's in my lap, holding the moon. The other just hand on top to keep it stable. Inhale. Inhale and expand. More. Go back over here again. Play the peepaw. Top hand's going to rest behind my back, just hanging out. I'm going to make just a little arc with my arm. Inhale back in. Moon comes down every 29 days. This time it got stuck. It said, I'm lost. Could you help me find my orbit? Sure. Just follow the arc. And then little calves or something, just push one hip to the side, push the other one back. Exhale and away. Inhale in. Top hand comes back again. It's just going to float straight down to my leg as I make the arc. So from plank, embracing the moon, it's like this. One goes down. There we are. One more. Let our hands float back around, down. Inhale right here. I'm going to play the peepaw. Down, inhale up. Nice. Come back right around here and embrace the moon. Top hand goes behind. Just make a little arc and help the moon find its orbit. Get back up with the star. Bring that back hand around, just let it drop down to the leg. So it just floats straight down. Come back around here, sink your let our hands sink down. Come up over on this side, we're going to play the peepaw. So I've got the heel tap, arm, and the other one strumming underneath, just like before. Inhale up over here on this side, play the peepaw. So the horse, once again this weekend, went out in the pasture and got all tangled up with leaves and dandelions and everything. And it comes in saying, my mane is a mess. Oh, I'm so sad. Sad. So he said, not a problem, horse. We'll get that mane untangled. We'll get everything that just feels like a clump on your neck gone. We can almost take our fingers like teeth on a comb. Just gently comb out the mane. Come around here in front, let the hands drop down. Come over on this side playing the peepaw. Do it once on the other side. Always strum and pick so any thing that's stuck in our fingers gone. Around here and embrace the moon. One hand floats down, the other makes the arc. The reason I was mentioning the horse, this is called parting, combing, or brushing. The horse's wild mane. It's a wild mane because it's just a tangled mess. All kinds of debris in there. This feels like a lump, clump on the back of the horse's neck. Not too comfortable. So we're just going to comb it out, get nice and smooth. Come back around again. The man's going to float down. Up over here, we're going to make the peepaw. Sometimes called the lute. Lute doesn't really look like a peepaw. Over here. Come back, let it circle around, embrace the moon. Take a bigger step out if you like. You're just going to go straight into parting the horse's wild mane. And like everything, just do it according to how your body wants to do it. Listen to the body. The body says, I want to put my arms lower, put them lower. It says, I want to do it this way, fine. As long as you're smiling. That's the main thing. Good. Come back around here, embrace the moon, step in. Inhale, take a step out, comb through that mane. Spa to the horse. Come out the mane. The hips are still a sway because the little calves are pushing one hip one way, gentle push back the other way. So we asked the horse, how does it feel now? Oh, the horse is so busy prancing, tossing his head, watching the mane float in the wind. Can't be bothered with small talk right now. Inhale up. Open hands, put our hearts, fingers to the corners. This time as they come back together, one is going to stack on top of the other. The bottom one is just going to float out, just like to the corner, fold in, and we're going to push it forward. Breath. So we inhale. Now the other side. This is called repulsing or repelling the angry, chattering monkey. What you say for the, well, right now it could be all the things that left over from the garage sales this weekend. Things are sitting on the curb, waiting for the trash people to come pick them up, haul them up. In our mind, it could be things that, chatter about, you should have done all that good job. All those kinds of things go on in our mind, don't help us move forward. Remember that one piece to the jigsaw puzzle? We never did find that. Okay. It's okay. Let it go. Socks. Yeah, how many socks were lost in the washing machine and dryer? Where did they go? Never did. Arms are going to float over to the side. We're just going to relax our hips down. Inhale and expand. One more. This time this hand's going to push down. Exhale. Inhale up. Like it pushes down to the center of the earth. Pulls up energy, balance, stability, flexibility. Do one more. All the good stuff. This arm's going to float in. Almost like a salute. Maybe from tipping my hat to saying, top of the day. I'll put them all together so everything exhales, we sink down, expand up. Here I'm going to take a little step. It's the same thing. Now it's called brush, knee, and push. The only thing that happens is my hips turn right there. So down, in, move, push. Brush, knee, and push because one hand drops down and brushes past my knee, and the other gets a little push. Float back over here. Hands float up and over like a rainbow. Do it on this side. So we just relax our hips. Inhale up. Now let's push down to the core of the earth. All the fire and energy, stability and balance, strength and flexibility. This one's going to elbow south. Inhale, expand. One more. Put them all together. You're going to take the step out. The hip is going to turn. Same motion. Back. Down. Bend the elbow in. Brush knee, push. Arms can float across again, up and over. Put it all together here. Everything goes down, collapses as we exhale, expands as we inhale up. Inhale here, so I can take put that foot out. Let the arms relax, go back where they were. Take it across to the other side. Over like a rainbow. Good here. So just everything together. Inhale here so I can take a step out. Arms just relax and make little circles to get back where they were. Brush me and push. Here I'm going to grab a tree that's waiting to be hugged. Bring it back to the middle again. Sink the chi. Floating up. Open the heart. They come back together. One goes down and comes up. It's awkward, but anyway, we're going to wave hands in the clouds. Just let our do our sway again. One hip to the other. The hand goes down, comes up. The other one goes down, comes up. Just floating along with the clouds. Move them around, make shapes. You can paint them and make different colors of the clouds. Let the sun illuminate our feet. Here I'm going to make a hook. It's kind of like a bird. It's a silk cocoon. Grab the silk thread, just gently pull it out. Let it fall down onto the reel. Hand's going to come back over here as I inhale. Pull the silk out of here. Let that hook dissolve. Let's wave hands again. As we go from one side to the other, waving hands. Got that hip doing a little bit of a turn. Maybe my shoulder does a little turn. Basically, the turns in Tai Chi come from the hip. Keep that hip joint, pelvis relaxed, limber. That's where the turns come. So if somebody says, so I've seen Tai Chi and they have great big movements all the way over to the side. The movement stays the same. It's just I turn my hip and it looks bigger. Optical illusion. Now we're going to make a hook on this side. Step in, grab the silk, step out, gently pull the silk out, let it drop down onto the reel as I inhale over. Grab some more. This is all about the hip joint. Weight goes to this hip, hand floats down. As the hand moves over, we shift over to this. All it is, just the hips. And then hook dissolve, we'll wave hands again. Right here, we're going to make another hook on this side. Step out. This is called a single whip. Inhaling. Generally, we exhale to go away from the body. We inhale when we come in. Here I'm going to come out. Now, I'm going to go up and over. Just make a very easy circle. Like my fingers are being pulled by. Master puppeteer has a string on them. I can watch them float. Everything else in my body is completely relaxed. Let go of my hook. Wave hands a little bit to get to the other side. Right here, let's make another hook. Inhale and step out. Single whip. One hip to the other. Oh, looks so good. You know, go up and over, make a lazy circle. Everything is relaxed. You can lower your shoulders if you want. Make sure they stay relaxed. Right here, we'll let the Hook dissolve, breathe in a bit more. I'm going to stop right here and let the hands come down. Come back around, we're going to hug the tree, sink the chi. This is a long combo, so we're just going to relax in the middle, take a little intermission. The thing is, check as you're coming up, make sure everything is relaxed, shoulders, everything is melted. Hands come up and open to the heart. One of them scoops down, moves up the middle, and we're back, waiting here. Take a hook. Grab it, pull the silk out, pull down onto the reel, keeping it from tangling. Inhale. One more, and something new and different. Up and over. It's like a very slow motion basketball dribble, right over that. Bounce it down, comes back up, bounce it, slow motion, back out. Now here, grand finale. Down, bigger circle. Do the size circle that feels good to you. You have to be smiling. This is officially called snake creeps down the tree and goes off with regrets. Let go of the hook. Work our feet back toward the center again. Make a hook on this side. Take a step out. Inhaling back in. Right here, we're going to go up and over. And do that slow-mo drill. Out. Bigger circle. Little Carter snake up in the tree, eating mosquitoes. Comes down, goes off the ground. Bring our hands together in the middle again. Hug that tree. The feet back in. We'll sink the chi. Put hands up. Open the heart. Put my weight on one foot. Somebody come in and embrace the moon again. This time the hands change places. One floats up, the other floats down. Take a small step and we ward off. A ward off is basically pushing things out of the way. Maybe there's a curtain over the windows and I push the curtain aside. Always envision heavy velvet drapes. Come away so I can see them in beautiful windows. This hand's going to come up and make a circle so we can hold the moon. The other one comes on top to keep it from wobbling. Take a step out and ward off. This hand goes under. It wants to hold the moon, so it comes back around the rest of my lap. This one comes on top to keep the moon from wobbling. One time we do a ward off. This time both hands are over here, like they're rolling down a hill. I like to think of Clinton Heights Hill, maybe covered with flowers, daisies, or dandelions. Children just rolling down the hill. It's a tow rope, so they can grab that and be pulled up. Hold the moon on top. One more round. Reach over here. Hands float down. Back up. Oh, I'm sorry. Not supposed to do that yet. I started thinking. Grab the toe. There's always a telltale sign. If I start thinking, it's when I don't do things right. Best way to do Tai Chi right is to not think. Underneath, hand goes around and sit in my lap. Hold the moon in place. Inhale as we take a step to do one more off. One time, roll back down. And here, the hand floats up. It folds in. We give it a squeeze over the toe. Both hands float down like we did before. Float up. Hold in. We've got wrist to elbow. And we just squeeze over that toe. One more. Hand goes underneath. So can sit down in the middle and hold the moon. The other hand comes in to embrace it. Inhale, take that step out to ward off. Rolling down that hill. Arm floats up this time. Fold in. Wrist to elbow. Squeeze over the toe. Goes underneath. One more time. Sit in the lap. Hold the moon. The other hand comes on top. Complete the embrace. Inhale and take a step out and do one more off. One time we roll back down the hill. Time we float up, fold in, squeeze over the toe. Right here, our hands separate. We just let them come back in closer and push it away. That 3 times right here. Whenever we're learning to move, we tend to do each part 3 times, putting it together. Open up this time to the heart. Come back in to embrace the moon. Step out, ward off over here. Roll back down the hill. Up, fold in, squeeze over the toe, and separate, and pull back, push forward. This has an easy name, push and pull. Come back, open the heart. You're going to put it all together. Each part 1 time on each side. This is one of the most wonderful combinations in Tai Chi. It's called stroking the bird's tail. So right here, there's that peacock with a 6-foot tail, iridescent feathers. Give it a squeeze. Push and pull and push. Open to the heart. Back on the other side. Embrace the moon. Ward off. 6 feet of luminescent feathers. Oh, so beautiful. Hold in. Squeeze. Pull. And push. Back around. Hug the tree here. And sink the tree. Give me just a minute. I'm going to change the music. And we're going to dance to the Eagles. And we're going to dance under the music. So if they're fast, we're going to keep it nice and slow. And that helps us keep our mind empty and just enjoy the flow.
I know. This is.
You hear it? Jane, can you hear it?
Yes.
So we're just going to put things together in different ways. It's purely just floating and watching. Just remember something.